Good evening and welcome to the 2024 Adult Education and Magnet High School graduation. We are happy to have you with us this evening. Before we begin, please mute your cell phones. And gentlemen, please remove your hats as we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I'd like to invite Patricia Betancourt to lead the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. At this time, I would like to acknowledge our honored guests. Dr. Glenn Maleko, Superintendent. Irene Watts, Miss Irene Watts, Board Secretary. Mr. Patrick D'Ambrosio, Treasurer. Robert Addy, Director of Instructional Technology and Computer Services. Mr. Adil Moza, Board Trustee. Mrs. Mary Petlichkoff. Mrs. Courtney Burrows, Senior General Manager of the SFE. Sarah Cortesi, Director of Accounting. Mr. Mike Asaley, Executive Director of Special Populations. Mrs. Iona Garrissey, Supervisor of the Adult and Community Education Program. Mr. Christopher Kennenberg, Network Services and Applications. Mr. Adam Martin, Executive Director of Student Achievement. Ms. Lauren Mberico, Director of Grants and Special Projects. Mrs. Pamela Miller, Director of Payroll and Benefits. Mr. Jeff Murphy, Director of Food Services. Mr. David Mustonen, Director of Communications. Dr. Daniel Patterson, Director of Assessment. Ms. Courtney Pletsky, Director of Human Resources for Instructional. Mr. Tom Wall, Executive Director of Business Services. Thank you for coming and for your ongoing support of our school and our programs. We truly appreciate you all. Congratulatory remarks will be made by Superintendent Dr. Maleko and our School Board Secretary, Ms. Irene Watts.
Thank you, Ms. Alcadre. Good evening, everyone. This is an exciting time of year filled with celebrations, and it's always a pleasure to be here for this very special graduation ceremony. It takes planning and hard work to make the commencement program run as smoothly as it does each and every year. I want to thank Principal Alcadre, Assistant Principal Beydoun, and Adult Education Supervisor Ms. Garrissey for all their efforts to coordinate and plan this evening's commencement ceremony and for their tireless leadership throughout the entire year. I want to acknowledge and thank all of the teachers for being the inspiration, the mentor, and the professional educator that made it possible for these students to be here tonight. They have and continue to give so much of their time and their talents to provide all students with a quality education. Thank you for your commitment to your profession, your passion for teaching, and for the positive impact you have had on the lives of these students. Let's show our appreciation. Students, you are here today because someone cared about you. Your parents, your grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, or older siblings were there for you, supported you, and showed you the love they had for you. Don't ever forget that your success is the result of someone who took the time to make you important in their life. If your path takes you to a new city, a new state, or even a new country, don't let the physical distance define the emotional distance between you, your family, and friends. As we sit here tonight, beneath this beautiful June sky, I would like to ask all of our students to look up. Look way up into the sky above you. I know there was a plane too, by the way, but just like that endless sky, you too have endless possibilities. You have proved to yourself that you have what it takes to set a goal and accomplish it. There are more goals to set and more accomplishments to achieve, but tonight marks the end of one set of goals and the beginning of many, many more to come. I'm sure for many of you, taking that first step may have been difficult. However, by taking that first step, by taking that chance, you ended up here tonight. Never stop taking a chance. Of course, we can't be foolish, but we can't be afraid to step out of our comfort zone, explore new places, learn new ideas, and be willing to take a chance. The only real constant in the world is that everything is always changing. Be open to that change and be willing to take a risk. It's easy to stay in our comfort zone, surround ourselves with those who think like us, act like us, and always agree with us. But real growth only happens when we step away from that comfort zone and challenge ourselves to learn new ideas. Taking a chance is always safer when we stay grounded in our core values and beliefs: honesty, integrity, responsibility, respect for self and others, and citizenship. These are the core values we have taught you in school. More importantly, your family has taught you their core values, gave you a set of morals, and helped you to understand what is important in life. Never compromise your morals and values when taking those chances. Don't let greed, envy, or revenge be the motivation for taking risks. Stay grounded and don't discredit your character in order to achieve your goals. In the end, no amount of physical items will ever be as valuable as the character you have built and the values you stand for. Even Dumbledore tells a young Harry Potter, "It is our choices, Harry, that show us who we truly are, far more than our abilities." Finally, one of my favorite authors, Dr. Seuss, writes in his classic book, "Oh, the Places You'll Go." You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can choose. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. We provided you with the education. Your family has given you the love and support. The opportunities are endless, but what comes next in your life is up to you. You have the freedom to choose the direction you are headed, but you also have the responsibility to make it happen. Remember, you don't need to change the entire world. Just make your part of the world a better place for all. If everyone had that goal, the entire world would be a better place. I look forward to hearing about all of the future success of the class of 2024. Congratulations to everyone.
Good evening, graduates. My name is Irene Watts. I'm representing the board. I'm here with my other fellow board members. On behalf of the board, we want to say thank you for all of your tireless work. Parents, thank you for instilling and trusting us with your biggest gift, your children. Graduates, you're going to hear tons of advice. And I can say one thing. I could probably say more than one thing. I'm a former teacher. But the one advice I would say that I share this with all of our graduating classes is that every interaction you have, imagine that that person is having the worst day that day. If they were having the worst day, how would you change the way you interact with that person? What you don't know is what that person is going through. Perhaps they are having a hard time at home. Perhaps their parents are fighting. Perhaps their parents aren't home. Perhaps they only have one parent at home. You never know what somebody is carrying and what that load is until you have that chance to really get to know that person and they let you in. Regardless, what you can control is the way that you interact with people. So please remember that everyone deserves grace, and perhaps when you're having that worst day, you can have somebody provide you that same grace that you offer everybody else. So graduates, parents, staff, thank you on behalf of the board, and congratulations.
Thank you again for those kind and inspiring remarks. I'd like to call up student speaker Aralim Swaydan to speak on behalf of adult education.
Good evening, everyone. 23 years, that's how long I've dreamt of this moment. So as you can imagine, I stand before you with a feeling of great accomplishment and triumph. I would have done it sooner, but I had chosen a different path, the path of motherhood. And I dedicated all of my time to my family, which was and still remains and will always be my #1 priority in life. I was blessed with 5 amazing children who inspire me every day to push through and be the best version of myself. However, I knew in my heart I wanted to go back to school one day and continue my education, not only for myself, but for them as well. Though each one of us has gotten here through a different story that led us here, where we are now, we all came here with the same goal, and that is to achieve, whether it's a high school diploma or a GED. So for that, I would like to congratulate all of my fellow graduates. For those of us who are adults, this accomplishment means even more because we did it while either raising a family, working, taking care of an elderly or a sick family member, and other such responsibilities life throws at us. Each one of us here shows how far you can go with patience, consistency, and discipline. We can thrive. I want to thank my GED instructors, Mr. Foner, Ms. Violina, Mr. Washington, for their help in preparing for the GED exams. And a special thank you, very special thank you, to Ms. Marie Rose Aoun for her patience and helping me prepare for the test that I was worried about the most, which was math. And Ms. Miriam Gaith, for she has always been there and giving me that push I needed for when I felt like it was impossible. You always believed in me. Thank you, Dearborn Education, for helping me fulfill a lifelong dream of getting my GED. I am already working forward to fulfilling my next one, which is college. Thank you all for being here and celebrating with us on this special day.
Thank you. I would now like to introduce guest speaker Nadim Yunus, a former adult education student, to the podium.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nadim Yunus, and I'd like to first say thank you to all the staff for putting on this wonderful event, also the families for coming out and making this a special day for everybody. And lastly, I'd like to congratulate all the students. So congratulations again. And I'd like to take this moment and just really, I want all you guys to soak this in. Look to your left, your right. Think of all the good and bad memories you guys experience with one another, and just really take it in, because this is a very important moment in your life. I want you to know that I unfortunately didn't get to experience this the way you guys are. I actually ended up dropping out of high school, my senior year of high school, because I had a myriad of problems at home and in school and out of school. So this led me to basically feel incompetent in front of my friends, my family. I grew up with all of them. So to see them walk across that stage and me not be there was very difficult for me. So I held that burden for a long time. Fast forward a few years, I decided I want to get my life together. I was like, okay, I want to go back to college. To go back to college, I needed to basically either get a high school diploma or a GED. First thing, what do? We all go on Google. I Googled, I was like, where to get my GED? First thing that came up was this building right here, Dearborn Adult Education. So I came here, and when I was walking to this building, all the suppressed feelings of being inadequate started coming up and being sad that I didn't make it. But as soon as I got into the office, I was greeted by a wonderful staff. And they all basically told me, oh, what are you here for? I told them, I'm here to get my GED. They're like, have you ever considered doing your high school diploma? I told them, I didn't know that was an option. Let's do it. So she's like, okay, let me go and pull your record and see if what we can do for you. So my happiness lasted exactly 2 minutes. Because when she came back, she told me I need to do 16 classes. So I don't know, that's almost a year and a half of high school. So she's like, hey, I'm sorry, unfortunately, we cannot take you. So I basically begged on my hands and knees for a week to convince them to let me in, and reluctantly they agreed. I spent the next year with 10 plus hours a day, 7 days a week, completing my high school diploma. So once I finished it, I came back, and honestly, some of the staff members were in tears, and it was a very special moment for me. because I honestly knew that that was like the catalyst for my life to change forever. It was the first time in my life someone gave me a second chance, and it was very important to me. Let me continue. About a month ago, I actually ended up graduating college. And the first people I actually ended up, so I graduated college about a month ago, and I became an electrical engineer at U of M Dearborn. The first people I thought about was not my friends, my family, or anybody. It was actually the women that helped me at Dearborn Adult Education, because they took a chance on me. So I really want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you for allowing me to be your biggest risk, but to also allow me to be the change in the world that you guys wanted to see. So thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And then lastly, with all journeys, of course, comes lessons. So I'd like to leave you guys with 3 important lessons that I've learned. One was be extremely disciplined. You can't win the war against yourself, against the world, if you can't win the war against yourself. Like, I say that because I basically had to work 2 jobs, 16-hour days with a full-time school load for 2 or 3 years, and it was very difficult. So I miss on family events, funerals, weddings, anything you can imagine just to fulfill my goal. Number 2, I would say you are fully responsible for how your life turns out. Will Smith once said, it is not your fault your parents were abusive alcoholics, but it sure is your responsibility to figure out how to fix it and deal with those traumas and make a life out of it. When it comes to your life, your heart, and your responsibilities, it is up to you to fix it and no one else's fault. And finally, I like to leave my third rule was, if you can conceive it and believe it, you can achieve it. And that was written by Daniel Carnegie. When reading about great people and their attributes, just remind yourself that you are like them. They are not different than you. The only difference is the way they conceptualize their life, their unrelenting belief in themselves, and the actions they took on a daily basis to fulfill their dreams. So I leave you with one last statement. Why not you? Thank you.
Thank you. At this time, I would like to make a few remarks to our graduates. Today marks a significant milestone in your lives. It is a day of celebration, reflection, and anticipation for the future. As we gather here to celebrate graduation, you are not just closing a chapter, you are opening a new one, full of endless opportunities. First, let us take a moment to thank those who have supported us along this journey. To our teachers and school staff who have dedicated their time and energy to our education and social growth, we are deeply grateful. To our parents and families who have supported us along the way, we owe our deepest gratitude. And to the school board for their dedication to providing us with the resources we needed to succeed, we extend our utmost appreciation. Your journey to this point has not been without its challenges. Each of you have faced obstacles. Whether it was the pressure of finishing your classes or balancing school life, family life, and work life, you have all had your fair share of difficulties. But it is through these challenges that you have grown smarter and stronger. You have learned that obstacles are not roadblocks, but stepping stones that push us forward, and that what matters most is never, ever giving up. As you move forward into the next chapter of your lives, it is important to stay focused on your goals. The world is full of distractions, but it is your focus and perseverance that will keep you on the path to success. Stay dedicated to your dreams and remember that every step you take brings you closer to your goals. Hard work and dedication are the keys to achieving success. Find your passion and have a plan. It is through diligence, effort, and never losing sight of your goals that turns your dreams into a reality. Whether you are heading to college or entering the workforce, remember that success is not handed to you, it is earned through hard work. Face the challenges, put in the effort, and never give up. Lastly, in the pursuit of your goals, always stay true to who you are. It is easy to lose oneself in the pressures and obstacles that life brings. Remember to always stand by your core values. Remain true to your principles and be confident in who you are. Let your true self shine through in all that you do. As you begin your journey, be sure to remember the lessons you have learned here at Magnet in Adult Education. Face the future with courage and determination, and remember to always stay focused on your dreams. These values will guide you as you begin your next chapter. I leave you with a quote by Winston Churchill. Success is not final. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Congratulations, Dearborn Magnet High School Class of 2024 and Adult Education Class of 2024. The future is yours. Thank you.
Almost there, I promise. Okay, you can sit up straight. It's going to be like a quick 2-minute speech here. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed faculty, proud parents, and most importantly, the incredible graduates of Magnet High School and Adult Ed. As we draw this ceremony to a close, let's take a moment to reflect on the journey that has brought you here today. You faced challenges, embraced opportunities, and grown into remarkable individuals ready to take your mark in the world. Today is not just the end, but a magnificent beginning. You are leaving here with more than just a diploma. You are armed with knowledge, resilience, and the spirit of curiosity that Magnet High School has instilled in you. Remember, the future is not a place where we are going to, but one we are creating. And you, the class of 2024, are the architects of that future. As you step onto the world, carry with you the lessons learned, the friendships forged, and the memories you made. Stay true to your values, continue to seek knowledge, and always strive for excellence. Congratulations, graduates. The world awaits your brilliance. Go forth and shine. Thank you.
Okay, graduates, now the moment you've all been waiting for, the awarding of diplomas.
Start with the adult ed students. We have Donaciano Cervantes Rangel. Hussein Hamoud. Arwa Mustafa. حسناء والحاضر. هنا سعيد. أراليم سويدان. Samira Teskurt. Congratulations.
Adam Abdel, do it right. This way. Abdullah Abdul Kareem. Bashar Abdul Majid. Mr. Hussein Ajmi. Hakeem Al-Aboudi. Khalid Al-Wadi. Wiam Al-Brehi. Islam Al-Humasi. Maryam Al-Hurri. Farah Al-Mashal. Noor Al-Muraisi. Muhsin Al-Nawadi. Fadl Al-Kaisi. Adam Al-Rabi. Narjis Al-Awali. Ali Al-Asiri. Yasmin Bazi. Josiana Bulat. Easton Cooper. Cameron Cortez. Haysam Al-Kabut. Dina Al-Musa. Noor Al-Sayyid. Aya Faraj. Hassan Fawaz. Evan Fensel. Samia Ghalib. Ali Ghuba. Samaya Hasnali. Layla Huballah. Mahmoud Ibrahim. Allinson is a girl. Qasim Jafar. Fatima Jabbar. Dina Kadri. Mohammed Kauthrani. Aiden Moroccan. Mackenzie Miller. Sarah Mugalli. Ali Mohammed. Cheyenne Moore. Kelly Mulan. Ahmed Musid. Idris Nahdi. Mohammed Nasrallah. Ayub Nasser. Nasser Omar. Jawad Othman. Ella Polo. Ahmed Ramal. Delilah Safedin. Amir Samhat. Dhilfakar Shamar. Adam Shatila. Zina Sarat. Rabi Tamim. Ariana Wilson. Reem Yahya. And finally, Ibrahim Yunus.
All right, graduates, there is one more thing you have to wait for. The Board of Education has to pronounce you officially. It's kind of like a wedding. All right, are you ready? You got to hear us in order to let us pronounce it. By the power vested in us by the state of Michigan, we now pronounce you graduates of school and adult education, part of the Dearborn Public Schools. Move your tassels to the left, please. Guys, to the left.
Okay, this is official. You can stand up and start to proceed. Join the family members for pictures. Congratulations again.